Hello, true art believers, and welcome to today's live art stream. I am the #1 live art streamer in the world. This is Pierson here. How are you doing today? How are you doing today? Well, and welcome. I hope you're having a wonderful night. It's a late starter today, but we're here and we're ready to get cracking. So let's get cracking on this drawing, shall we? All right, welcome everyone. I hope you're having a wonderful day today. So we're just gonna get cracking on this drawing here. We're gonna hit the time lapse. Well, first we're gonna see if my mouse here is working. Got to unplug and replug my tablet and see if there you go. The stylus is working. It's a little jagged. It's delaying. There we go. There we go. We got it. You can see it moving now, finally. So that's good. There we go. Just doing a few things. Just setting up. There we go. Adding a color wheel. You can't see it. I'm gonna hit the time lapse button on my phone here. Bing! And we're just gonna go at it. We're just gonna go at it. Gonna go at it today. So we're gonna use a muted yellow tone for the background. So like an army green almost. And then we're just gonna go straight into the cactus using a what would you call it? Like a semi-translucent markerish pen. See, like that? And that's what we're going to do. It's going to do simple. And we're just going to go and we're going to be simple with this, okay? We're just going to go. And we're probably going to have to shrink it down. There we go. And then we're going to add a very simple narrow perspective. Actually, that doesn't even look that good. Make the line longer. There we go. Press T. We're going to shrink it down a bit. Shrink it down. It's a little large. And center it. Press center. And we're going to go into the background. I don't remember what kind of color I used in the background, but we're going to start off with just orange. Just use an orange background today. Very simple, using an opaque brush at like 800 megapixels here. Right? An opaque brush using. We're going to do something like that. Fill it up like this. Woo! And this is something I've been doing lately is doing a lasso tool. Nope. Stop it. Okay. And then edit, inverse. I don't like that. All right, we're gonna omit that out of the way and just deselect, and we're gonna go and straight just do the eraser. I thought I was gonna do something interesting. It's something I don't typically do. Well, I've never done before, so all right. So we're playing around here, and we're gonna press. We're gonna go back to what I was doing normally. I don't like that. So I'm having a little bit of troubles today. I'm getting a little bit OCD on my shape. Uh, yeah, so there's that. It wouldn't be the first time that I've gotten a little bit like overboard with the shape, you know? And so we're just gonna leave it like that. Yeah, because at 7 minutes, we're not making good time. Not making good time at all. But we'll try to make up for it. We'll make up for it, you know? Let's do some quick motions here. Kind of just make a sloppy perspective drawing. Very sloppy, actually. Not like, yeah, it's okay. Very sloppy, though. And now we're going to go and do the sand, which is like a yellow. Press B, like that. We'll keep it like that. Press E. It's going to go really far in there. Pressing the shift key to kind of make straight lines here. Keeping it very simple. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to press V and kind of move it. Press I and kind of make it a little bit larger. Yeah, we're going to keep it like that. Now, time for the cactus. Pressing B for brush. Going for, I'm going to go to a green here. What I think I'm going to do this time is I'm going to kind of go slightly under here because I want a little bit more space for the cactus, for the sand to kind of show. So what does that look like? Yeah, I can do that. We'll leave it like that. Lock the layers. I'm going to move to the background again. We're going to use hard edge. I'm going to do a lock the pixels. Yeah, we're going to lock the pixels. And let's see here. Put some blues in there. maybe a little bit of pink. Take the orange back on there. And then I always like to add a little bit of like a dark color somewhere. Like a dark blue. And then a little bit I'm trying to do something a little bit newer, like there we go. I think that'll be good. Leave it like that. Very simple, not really going too complex, not adding all these different things on there. Okay, so I'm going to remove the outline. I don't want to look at the outline anymore. Now we're just going to look at the kind of shape here. And we're just going to go ahead and use the texture brush and take this and just do, we're going to go dark at an angle here. And then we're going to slightly add some little highlight here. And then right here, we're going to go like a mid-tone. I'm going to go a little lighter right here. And then we're going to go a little bit darker. Something like that. I get some of that tone in back there. All right, now I got another layer. We're going to connect those layers very simply, I'm going to draw kind of like a dark tone right here. That's going to be the little dark tone right here and a dark tone right here. Get the eraser, going to erase that out of the way, just going to get that out of the way. We don't need that. It's a very simple layer. That's all I do on that layer. Add another layer. Connect those layers like a clip layer, like layer clipping. I don't know what you call it. And then we're going to make a like the top ridge of this. Of the pot. And it's kind of give it that little ridge there. And then we kind of do some modeling right here just for fun. Kind of do a little bit of modeling, I guess. I don't know. Not like modeling in the way that you think, but like kind of give it a little bit tighter lines in some areas. And then I'm going to add one more layer. And this is where I kind of add my fun stuff. So I take like this blue, make it really bright, and usually like go like underneath here. Ooh, look at that. Like it doesn't even make any sense, but it looks cool. Then maybe right here, we're gonna use the pink on this side here. Look at that. Maybe a little bit of pink right here. Some blue. Get that right there. And then probably sprinkle some of that orange. It's like small little strokes here. Yeah, put some of that like really, really small. I'm gonna play around with that. And then maybe add a little bit right here. kind of little orange right here, just a little bit. And let's zoom in. Okay. Get some sand. Use the texture brush to erase some of the sand on this corner here. Because I want to make it kind of want it to kind of be a little no. Let's see. Let's press escape. Something like that might be okay. I'm trying to make it fit a little bit better with this corner. Doesn't need to be perfect. You know, kind of fit a little bit better with this corner right here because it's kind of, we got that, whatever you call it. But you don't need, it doesn't need to be perfect because, like, by all means, this is not really a perfect drawing at all, obviously. I got to rub my eyes here. All right, now we're just going to leave it like that. We're not going to work too much on it because it's at 17 minutes. We're at the sand here. We want to knock out the sand as quick as possible. You know, so I'm going to knock out the sand as quick as possible. All right, and we're going to make it dark here. I like to keep, I've been doing this for the past like 80 drawings, is have the cactus kind of move with I have a cast shadow on the right side. I keep it very simple that way. All right, so this something I'm trying a little bit differently. It's kind of being a little brighter here. I'm going to add like a little bit of like dark pink in the shadow, just a little bit, and maybe even add like a bright pink in the corner here. It's like just for fun, like a little bit of pink here, a little bit of pink. Maybe no, I mean a little bit of pink right here might be good. I don't know. Something like this. Small little things like that. All right. And that's done. Lock it. Move the cactus, buddy. We're going to move the cactus, knock it out. Just knock it right out of the park, you know. Don't really don't worry about it. Just kind of keep it simple. I'm going to use this method I've been doing for the past few drawings, and it's helped me out quite a bit actually. So, you know. Whoop. There we go. It's helped me out for the past quite a bit these last few drawings. So keep it very simple. We do a like a pixel lock, right? A little pixel lock, and then we just add highlights here, and then we do dark tones, and then maybe like a mid-tone for fun. Very simple. We'll keep it like that, and then we go on top. And this is where it goes really quickly. So we're gonna just do it a really simple little thing that I've been doing lately is starting out from the top and then kind of going backwards a little bit or semi backwards. So I'm gonna add like those things you see on the cactuses, but I'm not gonna put a lot on there. It's gonna put like one or two. All right, that. There we go. Kind of put that, fix that right there. Press. Let's erase some of this right here. Press B. Actually, erase all of it right here. Press B. I'm gonna pretend that this kind of goes in there. There we go. This kind of does this. Skip 2 simple little lines there. Maybe stick another line here, stick another line here. Yep. And then we're going to add, nope, another layer in between here. And we're going to go slightly brighter and a little larger. Actually, that's too bright. I'm going to go like this bright. So see, yeah, that's good. That kind of go slightly brighter, just as a simple little like abstraction, very simple, blocking it in. It's nothing really fancy. The only problem I have with this method is it even though it speeds up the process, the drawing process, the greens typically are the same color. Like they're the same, there's like lighter or darker. So sometimes near the end I have to kind of purposely add more variety. So it works out pretty good, you know, as a strategy. Okay, so now what we do is we do another layer and we go brighter, and then maybe we kind of shrink down the brush a little bit and kind of go on top of that. So you can see it's just kind of going on top, add a little bit of brighter, make it like a brighter tone. So it's acting like a highlight. Slowly I'm just dialing up the tone, the highlights, and it makes for a pretty quick result, which is what I'm looking for to kind of get these drawings done at a certain time frame. You know, it's a very simple process, and it's taken me this long to do it. Like I started out with a tutorial, learning from a tutorial on how to do these type of cactuses, and then I just kind of did what they told. I just kind of followed the process, and then now I've kind of like I think I didn't make it. I don't know if I made it better, but like I think I made it better or more understandable for me. So that's how it works. And now I do another layer, and we just kind of make it a little bit brighter this time. Maybe shrink the tone some, shrink the brush. Yeah, I gotta shrink that brush some more. We're just kind of adding like these highlights here, not super highlights, just kind of like your average highlights you see. And this I found to be a very effective way to kind of create these cactuses that are very similar in appearance, and they have a very it's just a very unique formula to kind of create these cactuses. And now I'm going to go up and do an even brighter tone, kind of add like highlights here on the top, not so much in the bottom. Maybe a little bit right here, some highlights right here. All right. And now what I'm going to do is we're going to add another layer, but right here is this, we're going to start adding texture on the top. I like to make the top feel brighter than it really is. I like to play around with that top tone more. Kind of make it seem like an abstraction, really. So that's what I typically do with the tops of the cactuses. I kind of make them a little bit more abstract. So now I'm gonna kind of focus in a little bit more, add some details. Let's see here. We're at 25 minutes, we got 5 minutes. We got some time to kind of darken up these things. So I'm gonna be using this layer, the same layer that I use the highlights to kind of add something on top. So we're gonna start adding some darker tones in certain areas and then kind of playing around a little bit. Fine tuning some of the contrast here, especially on the right side. I like to get darker on the right side as we get farther away from the light source, from the implied light source, even though this is very simplified abstract tones. There's nothing really real about them. They're just kind of like there. And then right here we get really, really dark. I go really dark on the side here and kind of add that. Almost you can kind of see purposely adding that, like purposely making it darker than it really is. Same thing, I kind of get real dark on the right side. But I want that feeling of contrast. I'll add a little bit right here. And okay, let's kind of really so we're just kind of playing around with contrast some, defining some of these like rib forms, or like those contours around. How much time we have? 27. Still making good time, but I don't know how much more I want to spend on it because I have a tendency to kind of go overboard. Okay, so I think I'm done with this kind of like just simple cactus drawing here. Kind of zoom out. So it's kind of nice. It's okay. So what we're gonna do now is we're going to add a little local color. So on top, what we do is so let's say around on here I'll take this tone, all right, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do a relative pink. So I'm gonna add a little bit of like pink here. Just a little bit of pink here. I'll leave that pink like that. And then we're gonna add a little bit of, do like a dark pink. So I'd like a little bit of dark pink here in these areas. So in these areas that are near to the pink, this background, I like to add a little bit of kind of the background color, kind of make the tones, the color range feel a little bit more dynamic. So you have a little bit more interesting balance with how the colors are interacting with each other. So that kind of helps a little bit. And then we're going to do the same thing with the orange here. I do like bright orange. I really don't like, I have a problem with orange. I don't like it. So we kind of do a little taste test, like a little color test here and kind of bring this. And there's a little bit of orange there. It doesn't need to be a lot. I don't really typically kind of add a little bit here. Maybe listen, no, that's too much. Add a little bit right here. It's kind of like sparkle it, I guess, where you kind of lightly scumble it on there with the brush with your drawing tablet. Yep. So I think that's it. A little bit right here. My initial thing is to kind of put like that, but you don't want a bright orange. You don't want the same orange, like it just mixes in with it. So it can't be the same orange. So we're gonna do an orange and then maybe like a slightly different one, you know? And there we go. I think that's it. Pretty good. I spent a little bit more time on it because I was kind of talking about it, but now the last thing is just to do the thorns. And I have been in the past very just like bad with thorns. Like I've been doing way too many thorns. Um, I don't know why. I just have. So what we're gonna do this time is we're gonna try to see if we can kind of if we can kind of add less. So I'm gonna go for like longer thorns that are spaced farther apart. Something that's not going to take too long. Although I find that when you do these more sparingly, you take a little bit more time to kind of draw them out. Like you don't like just go. You take you kind of take your time to kind of draw them. You know, you slow down just a little bit. You know. So there's no like right or wrong way of doing these thorns. I just sometimes I go overboard with them, and I'm trying to. It's taken me forever to kind of figure out what's a right medium, like a right amount to do. So so here we go. We're almost done. Now there's no right or wrong way of doing these cactuses. This is like a way that I've kind of devised over doing so many of them. Now, and I like it because it yields a very similar result from the previous ones. But I still haven't figured out a way to kind of incorporate a little bit more spontaneity into the process. I've kind of started that, but I need to figure out a way I can incorporate a like spontaneous area or spontaneous colors because like the greens are too similar, and I've recognized that the greens are too similar, and that's something I'm going to have to figure out how to mitigate or change throughout. Now I tried to like move the green that I use on the color wheel just a little bit here and there, so there's a little bit more variety. But I think I need to be even more vigilant with that. You know, so there's that, and we're almost done. And that's our cactus today. Pretty good, man. I'm not displeased with it. I really quite happy with how it turned out. You know, I think I've streamlined this process that I can do this cactus over and over again in about 30 minutes. So it was 35 minutes, but you also got to bear in mind I'm like gesticulating, right? And those things actually do slow me down. When I have to stop and kind of talk and do all this other stuff, I do get a little bit distracted, and it does slow me down. Because talking is need to be a Wacom tablet. Anyways, because talking does require a little bit of mental, you know, RAM, right? But anyways, I just want to say thank you so much for watching. By the way, these cactuses, oh man, now that I look at it, I don't like it. Tomorrow I'll probably like it. I'll be like, tomorrow I'll look at it. I was like, it's not that bad. But right now, when I look at it on the screen here, I'm starting to see the flaws. I don't want that. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed the drawing process. Hope you enjoyed what I had to say. And I just want to say thank you so much. And I wish you a wonderful day or night or morning, whatever time you're watching this. I am the #1 live art streamer in the world. This is Pierson. Cheers. Good night.